Hello, hello. I hope you're all having a great day. My name is Johnny, and today I'm going to be showing you how you can build your very own automated CRM from scratch, which you can either use to implement into your business or you can build this out for clients and sell it. We're going to be using two main platforms to build this. We're going to be using make.com and ClickUp. ClickUp is going to be the platform where we actually build out our CRM, and then make.com is what we're going to be using to implement the automations and integrations. There's also going to be a step-by-step guide in the description and all the links you need. And this is going to be a very, very simplistic version. We're not going to be going over the top crazy. I kind of just want anybody to be able to sort of jump on their computer and do this. So that's what we're going to be going for today. But anyway, you're probably thinking, can this guy shut up and get on with it? So we're just going to get started. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to head on over to ClickUp and create an account. Now, I'm not going to show you how to create an account because it's pretty self-explanatory. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and we're going to create our first workspace. We're just going to have this completely blank. We're just going to leave it like this. And now we're going to want to build out two more lists. Number one is going to be leads. This one I'm going to change the name. This one we're going to call clients archive. And then this one we're going to call dead ends. Now we're going to go over into leads and we're going to create a lead record. Just going to put my name in here. And then what we're going to want to do is we're going to keep due date and assignee. We're going to remove priority. And then we're going to add one drop down. We're going to call this one stage. And we're going to add a few options here. I'm going to do the first one as captive. Second stage is going to be, what can we call this? Captive, and then meeting booked. Next option, we're going to call this, I guess what we'll do a very simple one, and we'll just do a simple two-step sales process. So we'll do captive, which is when your lead first enters your pipeline, then meeting booked, and then either won or lost. So we'll do that. We'll do won or lost. And then what we're going to do is we're going to color code these just because it looks nice and pretty. So what we're going to do, we're going to get this color. This is how I like to do it anyway. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to bring this right on over to here and make this super light. And then meeting booked. I'm going to do the same with this. However, we're going to move it up a little bit. Something like that will be good. Meeting booked. We're going to go back over to one. I don't know why it keeps doing that. There we go, that looks good. And then lost, we're just going to put this as, change this to black. Okay, so now we've got our client stage set up. I'm going to bring this right to the front. As you can see, now you can easily distinguish which is which. I'm just going to put this as captive for now. And then we're going to drag this all the way along. What other fields do we need? We need an email field. I'm going to add that. And then we need a phone number field as well. So we'll do phone number. Phone. There we go. What else? We're going to need cool URL. So we're going to do website. I'm going to call this cool URL. Existing field is because I have this in other spaces. And then we've got email, we've got phone, we need company as well, text. We're just going to add a text field here. We're going to call this one company. Trying to think, what else do we need here? We've got assignee, due date, email, phone, cool URL. We're going to need a form URL. So we're going to do another website. We're going to call this one form URL. Create that. And then we're also going to do date updated. And then we need one more as well. Date created. I don't know why I'm in all caps. I'm gonna move date update here. Assignee next to stage. We're gonna move stage down a bit. Date updated down. Due date. We're gonna put date created right at the back. Then we're gonna have email and phone here. Let's shorten these all a little bit. Then we're gonna have call URL, form URL, and then in fact, company is gonna go here at the front. One thing I do like to do is just zoom out a bit as well, because when you're in 100%, as you can see, the more fields that we have, now we have to slide to see stuff, and I don't like that, but it's up to you. But I will just zoom out here to about 75 or even 67%. I'm gonna do 75 for now. And then what else do we need? We've got created, updated, stage, company. I'm gonna drag these down a little bit more. Call URL, phone number, form URL. Beautiful. I think that's it for our leads list. Now we're gonna move on to client archive. I'm gonna add another record. I'm just gonna put this as my name again. What else? We'll get rid of due date. We don't need this in here. We don't need priority either. We can have a assignee. This way we can keep track of, who's winning the most clients, get a bit of competition going. Then we are going to want company. Existing field, that's fine. We're also going to take phone number as well. Phone. And then we're going to do email again. Contact email. And date created. We want to see what date our leads converted. That's always nice. So we have that there. Shorten that down. Phone number. Contact email. Company. And I think that is everything for the client's archive as well. If not, I'll come back and I'll update that. Now we're going to do our dead ends. We're going to do my name again. Assignee, we're going to keep that so we know who's fumbling the most as well, because that's important as well. And then we're going to get rid of due date. We're going to add a text. It's going to be a long text area, and we're going to call this one reason. It's the reason they didn't convert, Priority can go. And then we're going to do email again. Email. And phone, just in case we want to retarget these guys, And I think that's all for this section here. What we're going to do, we're going to go back to client's archive and we're going to add in some money fields as well. We're going to do cash collected, because this is obviously one of the most important parts as well. I don't know how I forgot about this. We're going to add cash collected, and then we're also going to do revenue. Contracted revenue, there we go. We're going to add that. And in fact, what we'll do is we'll bring contracted here, cash collected here. That's the wrong one. Cash collected. Assignee, so they can claim all the glory. Lovely stuff. And that's it for this part. So we've now built out our 3 lists inside of our CRM. Now we're going to move on to the next stage. We're going to move on to Typeform, and that's how we're going to capture our leads in this instance, because I feel like it's just the most easiest way to portray. Okay, so here we are. Now we are in Typeform. You're obviously going to have to go over here and create yourself an account. Again, I'm not going to show you because it kind of speaks for itself. There is going to be a link in the description though, so that you can just click that. One thing that's quite cool actually is that if you are going to be using this in future, this could be worth doing. If you type in Typeform startup discount, they actually offer 75% off their business plan, which costs about £800 a year or $800 a year. and you'll get that down to pretty much $200 a year. But it's completely up to you. You can just pay for the normal monthly of like $20 or so per month. It doesn't really matter, but it's a good deal if you're going to be using it often, if you're going to be using it frequently. So what we want to do is we want to build out our lead capture form. This essentially is going to act as our net. So every time that a potential lead will come into this form and input their information, that's then going to go ahead and automatically create itself in our CRM. So here we go. We're going to just imagine that we're building a CRM for a high ticket salesman who's now just launched a coaching program. So what we're going to do, we're going to start off, we're just going to add a nice little welcome screen. Where can I find that? Here we go. Nice. And we're just going to start this off with something like ready to start crushing high ticket deals. You're in the right spot. Just something that relates to your business or your client's business. And we'll just leave that like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to ask them a quick qualifier. So we'll say, for example, do you have 2,000 plus dollars to invest in yourself? Then you can have yes or no. So this is just going to be a quick way to get rid of any leads that we just don't want. Because otherwise we're just going to waste time on calls and there's no point in that. So the next question, what we're going to do, we're going to get contact information. So we'll put, how can we get in contact with you? Again, this is just very simple. Like if you're actually building this out for yourself or for a client, you want to go a lot more in depth from this. So this is just very simple, but we do need to connect in every case. We do need to collect in every case: first name, last name, phone number, email, and company. So I think that's all we need from here. What else can we add to here? I think that's it. We're just going to add our end screen here, and we're just going to say, keep an eye out for an email shortly. Again, this is all just simplicity's sake. You can go through and design whatever you want, spend as much time as you want on this, because ultimately this is important. But just for the demonstration, I'm just running through this like it's nothing, So what we're going to do is we're going to publish this. Nice. And then we're going to come back out. We're going to create another form as well, and you'll see why shortly. Okay, we're going to start off with contact information again. We're just going to say, who's the client, question mark. We're going to take first name, last name. We don't need number or company, but we do need the email. So we're going to get rid of phone number. We're going to come down. We're going to get rid of company as well. Company. Oh, I want to see that. Oh yeah, one thing we should do as well is we should make all of these required. So I'm going to go ahead and just tick all of these. Realistically, where's phone number? There it is. First name, last name, email. That's all we need here. And then we are going to add our next field, and this is going to be a multiple choice. We're going to say, how did the call go? We're going to have three options. We're going to have, it was a success or it was positive, aka we've managed to close them, or we're going to have a no fit and we're going to have a no show. So I'm going to add two here, and I'm going to put the first one as no show, second one as positive, next one as no fit. Then we're going to add one more block. We're going to do cash collected. We'll just leave that blank for now. Cash collected, and then we're going to have an end screen. And we're just going to say thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you know, I'm going to design this one a little bit because it's a bit boring. This is my custom theme. Yeah, we'll use that. It looks nice. It is very nice, to be fair, if I may say so myself. So we're going to publish that. That's that now. So that's both of our forms done. And now we've got both of the links. I'm going to go back to demo. And now it's time to build our first automation. This automation is going to be as soon as the first form, actually I should name these, but as soon as the first form is filled out by a lead, that's then going to create the record in our CRM. And the second form is going to be our post sales call form. So at the end of the sales call, your salesperson or yourself can just click straight on the form, fill that out, and then it's going to go either one of three routes. If it's positive, it's going to move the client to 1. If it's a no-show, it's going to move them back to the captive stage and send them another email to get them to book that call. And then if it's a no fit, it's just going to create a record in our dead ends folder, and then it's going to delete them from our lead folder. So let's rename these. Rename the first one. Which one is which? Use the client. That's the top one. So this is going to be, just going to call this. Why does that happen? I actually don't understand. This one is going to be post call form. And then number 2, I'm going to call this lead capture form. And now we're going to get started on building out our first automation. So now we're over in make.com, and this is where it starts to get fun. There's a link in the description as well if you want to sign up to Make. I hope you guys are doing this with me, by the way. And if you are, make sure that if you have any thoughts about things that you might be able to do, just go ahead and try them, because that's going to be the best way that you're going to learn. You can just copy me exactly step by step, but I would recommend just getting to grips with these platforms and building them out just slightly differently. And that way you're just going to learn as efficiently as possible. So our first step, as you can see, is titled here, form submission equals create lead record equals send call link. So what we're doing here is we're using a Typeform module. I'm just going to redo this again in case this is your first time using Make. So we're going to go Typeform, you can type this in, Typeform. You're going to click on show more. You're going to click on watch new responses. As you can see, it says instant and acid. So this means the second that a form is submitted, it's going to instantly trigger this webhook, which is then going to go ahead and start our flow. So here we go. We're going to create webhook, and I'm just going to call this form submitted. Just going to call this my Typeform connection, doesn't really matter. And then we're going to connect to our account. It's going to recognize this and connect us. Then we're going to pick our form ID. So I have these two already, but we're going to click lead capture form. And we're going to save this. And now what we're going to do is we're going to run this, test that it's working, and also get our data. So I'm going to click run once. What we're going to do is we're going to go over to Typeform. I'm going to get this link, copy that. I'm going to come out, I'm going to paste this in here. Now we're going to fill out our form really quickly. So yes, we have $2,000 to invest. How can we get in contact with you? Johnny Lord. So we're going to, first name, Johnny Lord. Phone number. We'll just put in random one, to be fair. I'm not going to put in my actual number. So we're going to use this 201 555 and then 5. Is that it? Yeah, that's right. Then I'm going to use my email here. So which one am I going to do? I need to use homestore@gmail.com. This was my old drop shipping email from back in the day, way back when everyone's been a drop shipper. And then we're going to put homecrafts in here. Going to submit this. Boom. Now we go back here and we're going to see this has successfully triggered. And here's all of our information. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come here and we're going to type in ClickUp. And we're going to go to create a task. A task is a record essentially in ClickUp. So we're going to save. Then again, we're going to connect to our workspace. I don't know what this is here in the bottom left, but we move. I don't know what's going on, but I'm just double check that everything's still running. Gonna cancel out of this so I don't know what's going on there. Just gonna re-add this module. I can't be bothered to wait. Click up, create a task, create a connection. I'm gonna get this working and then I'll be back because I think there's a connection issue. Okay, so I found the issue, and the issue was apparently for some reason when I was creating my connection, this connection, it was putting my OpenAI API key in for some reason. I don't know why. But here we go. So we select our workspace now. And I'm going to come down to demo CRM build. Folderless list. And then we're going to come down to leads. So essentially, this is the workspace, the space, the folder, the list that we want to create our record ID in. It's going to show task name now, and task name is, as you know, lead name. So what we're going to do is we're going to find first name. As you can see the answers to the questions that were provided in the Typeform submission. So we're going to do Johnny. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add a space in here, because otherwise it would just say Johnny Lord and no space in between. Then we're going to go back and we're going to get our last name. Then we want to change we don't want to do status. In fact, we want to do stage. So we're going to put stage to captive. Phone number, we're going to go ahead and find our phone number now. I think this question was, yeah, what is the client, what is your phone number? So we're going to click this one. Form URL, we're not going to do that yet. Company, we're going to go down and we're going to find the company name. So it's this one here, Homecraft. Email, we're going to come and find the email, which is this one here. And I believe that is everything. So what we've just done here is we've used the information from the form submission to update our client record and create our client record, or our lead record, I should say. Now, the next step that we're going to do here is we're going to add a sleep module, which essentially just waits for a specified period of time before it goes ahead and completes the next action. So we're going to put a 5-second sleep in, just because I'm testing and I want to show you guys how this works. I'm going to put 5 seconds, but normally I would put maybe like 120 seconds. That way it just seems to your lead that it's not automated, you know, it's taken at least some time before it's gone ahead and sent that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add an email module. We're going to go to send an email, and the recipient, you're going to have to create a connection as well. Let me do this. I'm going to select this one because it needs to be a professional email, by the way. It can't just be a @Gmail account if you're doing it through Google like I am. We're going to sign in to make, yeah, allow all this to happen. Now the email address, we're going to go back down to Typeform and find our email address, and we're going to use this. Subject line, we can just put meeting invitation. Can't spell today, it seems. Invitation, and then we're going to add our content. I'm going to get rid of this because I don't want this here. We're going to say hi, and then we're going to, actually I do need that. Hi, we're not going to do task name because that's going to include first name and last name. We want to just say hi first name. So we're going to go down to here, we're going to find the first name. Hi, mappable answers, nice. Then we're going to put a comma in. We're going to go underneath this and we're going to put 2 breaks. These essentially will just make a space in between our text, so we're not just sending them an email with a huge paragraph of text. And then we're going to say, I had a chance to look over your submission, and space I love. Get the ball rolling, just something like this, you know, I'm just balling this off the top of my head, but do whatever you want. I'm just freestyling this, and copy isn't my strong suit. We're gonna get the ball rolling, we're gonna go down, gonna have 2 more breaks, BR, BR, then we're gonna say cheers, speak, cheers, speak soon, blinking heck, mate, I can't type today, cheers, speak soon, just leave that for now. Now what we do need is we do need a calendar link, so we're gonna be using cal.com, as I think is just better than Calendly, to be honest, but it's really up to you. So what you're going to want to do is create yourself a cal.com account. Once again, I'm not going to show you how. You can figure that out probably. There is again a link in the description, so you can just click that and come and sign up. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to navigate from your profile page down to the webhook page. And what we're going to do, in fact, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. You just want to create an account right now. We're going to be doing this in a moment. What you want to do is just create an account. And we want to get here and we want to copy our link to our meeting. And then we're going to go ahead. We're going to do that. And then we're going to post in our link here. Then we're going to go BR again. So yeah, now we provided them with the link. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to test this scenario. So we're going to click run. I'm going to come back to our type form workspace. We're going to do lead capture form. I'm going to copy link. I'm going to come out and I'm going to post this. Get rid of that tab, I don't need that. And then we're going to start this again. Do you have $2,000+? Yes, I do. First name, Johnny. Last name, Lord. Phone number 201. I can't remember what we did, something like that. I'm not familiar with the American format, but that'll do. I'm going to do Johnny Law. We're not. We're going to do Lonecraft Store. gmail.com. Company. Lonecrafts again. We're going to click submit. And now we're going to go back here and we're going to see this is running now. It's going to sleep for 5 seconds. Then it's going to go ahead and shoot off an email. We'll see this appear anytime now. There it is. Meeting invitation. Hi Johnny, had a chance to look over your submission. Love to hop on a quick 30-minute call with you. Just select the time slot which suits you. We can get the ball rolling. the link to the calendar. Cheers, speak soon. Lovely. So that is our first automation done now, which is essentially just creating the record. Actually, let's go ahead and look in our leads. Here we go. Brand new record's just been created as well. I can go ahead and remove this one now because we don't need this. But as you can see, it's done. It's the date updated, the date created, the phone number, the email, the company, assignee. This is just up to you to who you want to assign to deal with this. And yeah, that is our first part done. So now we're going to move on to our second automation, which includes the calendar web, the cal.com webhook. So now we're going to go back to make. We're going to make sure that we save this because we remember to always save, by the way. We're going to come back and now we're going to go to new calendar booking, update lead record with URLs and meeting booked. So essentially what we're going to do now is we're going to build a webhook that shoots over from cal to make.com. And what it does is every time a submission is filled out, it's going to go back into here. It's going to update our lead stage to meeting booked. And then it's also going to go and fill out all of our fields here with our call URL, the due date and time of the call, and the form URL, the post sales call form URL. So that's our next step. And to do this, what you're going to want to do, you can delete this. We're going to go ahead and get a custom webhook. Right, let me show you this again actually. So we're going to select this, you're going to click on webhook, and you're going to go for custom webhook, instant. And then we are going to add a hook, and we're just going to call this new meeting booked. We're going to save this, and now you're going to see it's going to say copy address to clipboard. So we're going to copy this. We're going to go back to cal.com, down to our settings, down to webhooks, and we're going to create a new one. We're going to paste in our link from make, then we're going to cancel all of these, and we're just going to put create booking created. And then what we're going to do, as you can see, this is running. So we're just going to do a little ping test. Webhook response passed, so we know everything's working fine. We come back over here, successfully determined. Okay, great. So now what we're going to do is we're going to test this properly by booking a call. So we're going to go back to meeting invitation. We're going to open up this link. And we're going to pick 12 o'clock. Let me change out the email address again. This is the email that we want. Make sure this is running. We're going to run this. And then we are going to, where are we? Here, we're going to book this call. Now, as you can see, once that call is booked, that's then going to activate our trigger over in Make. It's taking a little while. I think that's just due to my connection right now. Hello, meeting is scheduled. I didn't create the webhook. My bad. We need to click create webhook. Don't forget that. We're going to go and do this again. I'm going to stop this, start this again. That is my bad. We're going to do 11:30 now. And then we're going to do Homecraft Store again. Confirm this. Now, as you can see, the webhook has successfully been triggered. And this now holds all of the information about what time our call is. It holds the URL for our call. And it also has just the basic information like our email and our name. So now that we've done this, our next step is we want to go to ClickUp. We want another ClickUp module, but this time we are going to do edit a task with custom fields. Select all of our workspaces again. folderless list. That's my bad, forget about that. Gonna unlink these, click up. We're gonna list all tasks. And I'll show you why in a minute. Now what we want to do is we're not going to map it for now, we'll just keep it as simple as possible. I'm going to go and select our workspace, select our space, select our folder, and leads. Now what we're going to do is we're just basically, this is just going to be listing all of our tasks, and it's going to order them by when they were last updated. I'm going to put this to 20 because it doesn't really hurt, to be honest. So yeah, that's all good. And the reason that we're doing this is because in order to edit our task, we need to ensure that it is selecting the right task. So the way that we do that is we match the email from the call booking with the email in our lead record. So we're going to filter this now. Actually, we're going to run this again. And we're going to book another call. Let me get rid of some of these tabs. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. I'm going to open this up. Book another call for 1 o'clock. I don't know why it keeps doing this. We are running, aren't we? Yeah. So now what that's gone ahead and done is it's gone and got all of our tasks. And what we need to do now is we need to set up a filter. And we need to set a condition, and this is going to be email matches. Now we're double checking that our email, here it is equal to the email from the call booking. So we're going to go down and we're going to find our email. Where is our email? Attendees, here we go. Email. The only way that this is going to go through is if the call booking email address is linked to the lead record email address. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come here, workspace again, sales demo CRM build, orders list, list leads, and it's going to ask for a task ID, but we can't just go and click one, we have to map this. So the task ID is going to be this one here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to update the fields. All of these will already have been filled out. Phone, email, stage. Stage needs to change to meeting booked. And then we're going to add our call URL here. We're going to go down to here. We're going to click, where is it? Video call URL. And then we're also going to have our due date. And we're going to select due date time for this because we want the time and the date, not just the date. And then we're going to scroll down to start time. And we're going to add this. Now we're going to select OK. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to run this one more time. This is how our lead list is looking right now. Now we're going to run this. And we're going to book another call. So we're going to do 12:30 tomorrow. Add in the right email address again. Now you're going to see this is going to go through. It's matched our emails. As you can see, this email is equal to this email. Therefore, it's been approved and it's been allowed to go through the funnel. And now we've updated all of this. Here we go. So now we have our call URL. The due date should be there, but don't worry, I'm just going to refresh this because sometimes it can be a little bit slow. but it's going to show up now. Due date, we're going to drag this out tomorrow, 12:30. So now all you have to do, first step that you will actually take in your CRM is clicking the call link and getting on the sales call. And that's it. It's pretty amazing, to be honest, like what you can actually do with this. Once again, we are just scraping the surface here, building out a very simplistic CRM, but you can go as crazy with this as you like, really. Right, I've just realized that actually get out of here. I've realized that I've actually missed a step here. Okay, so as it turns out, I actually missed a step. So here we go. What we need to do is we need to come back to our second automation, and we need to add a type form list forms. This is what we need. What's just happened here? Get rid of that. This now needs to sit in here. And what we need this to do, so we're going to run this module only. What's the error? I've already done this, but okay. We need to list forms, and we need to come to demo. We're going to do 2. Now we're going to run this module. And this is going to show both of our forms. So what we need to do now is we need to come here to our edit task module. We need to come all the way down to our form URL. Find this. And what we need to do is we now need to get the URL for our post sales call form. That's going to be here. I think this is the right one anyway. I'll copy this. A6. Yeah, that's the right one. Nice. So yeah, I forgot that step. But now we're going to save this. And we'll run it again one more time just to show you. We're going to move Johnny back to captive. And we're going to get rid of our call URL and our due date. Then we're going to go back here. Book another meeting, 2 o'clock. Homecraft's email. Oh, here we go. Lovely jubbly. We should see this happen in real time. There we go. Once again, I'm going to refresh. I don't know why this happens sometimes, but it's just one of them things. There we go. Now we've got the call URL, due date, form URL. Lovely stuff. We're in meeting booked. So now our final automation. This is where it gets a bit techie. We're going to come back to here. And essentially what this automation is going to do is it's going to take the results from our post sales call form and it's going to update our client record to either 1, no show, or lost. And then it's going to take the appropriate route from there. So what we need to do is we need another one of these bad boys. Form ID. We want our lead capture form. No, we don't. Post call form. I'm going to save that. Lovely jubbly. So this is going to watch our responses again. And then what we're going to do, just going to add a little sleeper in here. Then what we're going to do is we're going to add a router. We're going to add another leg. So one route is going to be for if the call went positively. The other route is going to be for if the call is a no-show. And the other route is going to be for if the call is a no-fit. So here what we're going to do is we're going to add click up. And we're going to go down to list all tasks. Where is it again? Where are you? Yeah, let me just do this list all. There we go. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to map this because I can't be bothered. So the list ID is this little number here. So we're going to come ahead and we're going to go ahead and grab this and we're going to paste that in there. We're going to order by updated at. Going to limit this to 20. Then what we're going to do is we're going to copy this. Going to Control C or Command V. Allow. I'm going to put this here. Delete this. And delete this as well. And we're going to copy that back in. Connect that here. Come on. Right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to submit our post call form. Going to copy this. Copy link. Paste this out. Now I'm going to fill in the name is Johnny. The last name is Lord. The email is homecraftstore@gmail.com. Press enter. We're going to go build out our no fit first. No fit. Cash collected. We're going to do 3,000. 3,000 off rip. I'm going to submit. And I forgot to run. So we're going to do that one more time. Johnny Lord. New Homecraft store. Cause a no fit. No show, I mean. We can do 3,000. Let me double check this is running. It is. Lovely. We're going to submit this. And as you can see, it's gone to all of these, but we're going to route these now. So the first one we're going to route to be a no-show. We're going to route this to be positive, and we're going to route this to be a no-fit. So we're now going to set up a filter here. I'm going to call this one no-show. Set the reason for condition. Mappable answers. How did the call go? As long as this is equal to. So it's going to take the answer of how the call went. And if it's equal to no-show, then it's going to take this route. Now we're just going to do this again. Set up a filter, condition, how did the call go? If this is equal to positive, it's going to take our second route. And then we're going to do this one more time. Condition, how did the call go? No show. If that was equal to no fit, then it's going to take our third and final route. So our next step from here on out is if it was a no show, what we want to do is we want to edit task with custom fields. And essentially what we want to do is just move the status from meeting booked back to intake and then send a follow-up email. So that's what we're going to build out now. Demo CRM build. Foldless list. Leads. This is a long process. Task ID, we're going to map this again. And we're going to take the task ID from this module here. We don't need to edit any of this stuff. The only thing that we need to edit is we're going to take our due date and we're going to put an empty string in here. And then we're going to put our form URL. We can keep this actually, just in case. Actually, no, because it's going to go through the same process again. So we'll put an empty string in there. We're going to change the stage back to captive, and then we're going to put our call URL, empty string. Now we're going to set up a email module where we're going to send our email. Going to add the recipient again. This is going to be email here. In fact, we're just going to delete this and we're going to use this just in case. Where are you? There you are. Email, subject. What can we do here? Invitation to reschedule. Then we're going to hit them up. We're going to say hi. We're going to go back down and get first name again. 2 breaks. And say, was really looking forward to our call today. I'm just going to say, hope everything is okay on your end. 2 more breaks. And we're going to say, if you like to just book another slot to your convenience. Was really looking forward to our call today. Hope everything's okay on your end. We kind of just want to hit them up with a little message to kind of acknowledge that things could have gone wrong, and then we're not really annoyed about it. So yeah, we're just going to say, was really looking forward to our call today. Hope everything's okay on your end. If you'd like to reschedule, just book another slot to your convenience. I'm going to just put it as BR, speak soon. There we go. Actually, we need our link again, don't we? So we're going to go back to event types, copy our link over again. Going to add our link here and then 2 more breaks. Lovely stuff. So what you can do as well is you can come and you can rename all of these modules. Kind of just makes it easier to, you know, distinguish between which one is which. But I'm not going to do that right now because there's not really any point. But yeah, so now if it's a no-show, what's going to happen? It's going to list our tasks. One more thing we need to do. We need to set up another email match. So we're going to say email matches again. Condition, come down here. This is list, I believe. Yeah, list all tasks. Let's get our email. And, oh, my bad. In this slot, we're going to do that one again. So now, if the call was a no-show, what's going to happen is your sales guy is going to go over to the form URL, is going to click the URL, he's going to fill it out, he's going to select no-show, and the moment that he submits it, it's going to set it off down this path here, where it's going to route it by the outcome of the call. Then it's going to check to make sure that the emails match. And then once that's confirmed, it's going to go ahead and update the task, send it back to captive, remove the URLs, and send a follow-up email. Now our next step that we're going to do is going to be for positive. So for positive, what we want to do is we want to move the stage from meeting booked to 1. Then we want to collect the amount of cash collected. And then we want to also create a new record over in our client archive. So what we're going to do is we're going to update, edit a task with custom fields. Doing all this again. This is very, very boring. You could just copy these and then you wouldn't have to fill this out, but I'm just going to do it anyway. Task ID, we're mapping this. And then what we can do is we can remove the URLs because we don't need these anymore. We don't need the form URL anymore either. And we don't need our due date and time. That's just going to get confusing. So we're going to empty out all of these columns. And then we're going to update our stage. Where are you, stage? So down the bottom. Stage, that's it, to 1. We're going to set up our other filter again. Email matches. Condition. Let's find this email. Let's do this quick. Email. There you are. Equal to email. Lovely stuff. Now we're going to go click up and we are going to create a task. And we're not going to delete the task because we just want to make sure that if you do accidentally move the stage into 1, it doesn't just go ahead and then delete the task. So we're going to go to focus point HQ, demo CRM build, folderless lists. But this time we're going to select client archive. We're going to do task name. Going to come down here. Task name. Don't need any of this. Shouldn't I? Oh, it's because they're hidden. Never mind. Phone number. We're going to go and collect the phone number as well. Here we go. Contact email. Company. Where are you, company? There you are. Cash collected. Now we're going to go down to 3,000. Lovely stuff. Now we're going to build out our third and final route. And we are nearly done with this now. Let's go ahead and create a task. In fact, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to copy this. Instead, we're going to change this out for dead ends. Task name. Here we go. We're going to fill out their phone number and their email address. What we could do, we have reason. I should have put that in our form so that you could type out the form and then it would transfer that data over as well. But I'm not going to go back and do it now. And that's it, I believe, for this one. And then what we want to do is we want to go to click up and we want to delete a task also. And what we want to do, take this task ID here. And then we just need to add this filter one more time. Yeah, I've added filters here. So now we just need a filter here. Set up filter, and we're going to call this email matches. Condition, let's find our email. Back to here. Lovely stuff. Now, we're going to save this. What value is empty? There is no value empty. Why are you bugging? Save. And that is it. That is it. Now we're just going to go through and we're going to test this one more time. I'm just going to test one of these avenues. We'll do the no-show avenue. So let's have a look at ClickUp. We're currently in meeting booked. We have all of this here. So the plan is when we do this, this is going to go captive. We're going to remove all the URL, the due date and time, and the form URL. And then we're also going to send a follow-up email as well, which is going to appear here. So let's just double check all of this. We're going to stop this. We're going to run it again. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, get our link, paste in our link. To 4 o'clock. Make sure it's the right email. What am I doing? We're meant to be doing the form. I'm losing my mind. I have been sat at my computer all day today, so I'll blame it on that. We're going to copy the link. That's what we need to do. Post call form. I'm going to stop this and run it again. My brain is on autopilot right now. Right. I'm going to fill this out. Who's the client? Johnny. Lord. Homecraft store. Okay. No show. Cash collected 0. Of course. Because he hasn't even shown up. And as you can see, it's taken this path here. It's matched the email. Gone ahead and sent the email. Here we are, invitation to reschedule. And there we are. Do you know what? Let's just do this again. Let's just double check. Yeah, so we're back to captive. We've removed all of this. So now what we're going to do, we're going to save this. Because I can test 2 and 1 here. We're going to go back to our wrong one. We're going to go back here. We're just going to double test this again. So we're going to run that. Wait for new data. We're going to click this link. We're going to reschedule our appointment that we missed. Homecraft store. Let's send that off. And let's have a look. So the lead is then going to reschedule the call. Hopefully that's what we want anyway. And then boom. It's restarted their update. It's refreshed their stage. Added this. For some reason this is being slow today. So you're going to refresh it again. You're going to see. And one thing I almost forgot. I just realized now. We want to group by stage. So that if we create a new task here and we call him Ryan example. And we create this. And we put him in captive. They're going to be separated. So you're going to have your entire pipeline, you know, all separated. We're going to add one more task. Dan, example. And he is in 1. Boom. So now you're going to be able to see your all of your cold leads, and you're going to be able to see how long they've been there for, the date they were last updated, who they're assigned to, and all of this. And there we have it. A step-by-step guide on how to build your first fully automated CRM. Now again, we have only scratched the surface here. This is a very basic, very simplistic, yet very effective build. I can go more in depth in the future. All you have to do is just drop a comment, leave a like, let me know what you want me to build. Anything you're wondering, is this possible? Is that possible? Let me know, and I'll build it for you. Now, there is just one thing that I forgot to mention, and that is if you need help implementing anything like this into your business, there is a link in the description to my website where you can fill out a form similar to what we made here, and then we can literally just set up a call and jump on a call. No pressure, anything like that, just a coffee chat. We'll sit and we'll just talk AI, talk automation, and see if we can implement anything like this into your business. Also, there's going to be a link to my Gumroad, and in that there's going to be a step-by-step document on how to build this again. And then also I'm going to attach all of the blueprints to all of the make modules as well. So enjoy. I hope my first video was super valuable. So if you thought so, if you learned something today, just let me know, and I'll see you in the next one.